Grand Rising. All right, so it's a great day to be alive, isn't it? I want to, first of all, introduce our musician for the day, Travis Hogue. Yeah. Yeah. And he has been our musician a few other times. And for those of you who are new to our community, he's also my husband and the booking agent and artist liaison. And so he handles guest musicians that come in and gets to be a guest musician on occasion. And his work is in support of our house band. So we also have Jimmy and the What Else Is Possible choir, who we love so much. And so, yeah, life is good. Let's give Travis a warm welcome. Oh, do you want us to stand?
Yes, please.
And let's stand
Yes.
for our first couple of songs.
All right.
You have lyrics in your program this morning.
Good morning. All right, this first one is We Are the Ones We've Been Waiting For. Oh, I need to plug in my guitar so that you can hear me. All right. We Are the Harvest, yeah. From the beautiful Jamie Lula. You may have heard this song before. If you haven't heard this song, feel free to jump in anytime you catch the melody. It's a great one right here. Here we go. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the love that we seek. We are the seeds we've been sowing. We are the harvest we reap. Yeah, one more time. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the love that we seek. We are the seeds we've been sowing. We are the harvest we reap. I am, oh, I am. That I am, yeah. That I am. That I am. One more time. Oh, I am. That I am. That I am. That I am. Very good. We are the ones. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the love that we seek. We are the seeds we've been sowing. We are the harvest we reap. One more time. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the love that we seek. We are the seeds we've been sowing. We are the harvest we reap. I am. Oh, I am. That I am. That I am. That I am. Oh, I am. That I am. That I am. That I am. We are the ones. We are the ones we've been waiting for. Come on! We are the love that we seek. We are the seeds we've been sowing. We are the harvest we reap. Big finish. We are the harvest. We are the harvest we reach. We are the harvest we reap. Yeah, right. Thank you. You guys sound beautiful. All right. All right. The next one is we have Come Here. So this is a bit up tempo. So feel free to move your body, jump right in. New people, if you haven't read this one or heard this one, catch the wave, catch the melody, and jump right in, okay? We have come here another. We have come here to let our love grow. We are family, we're sisters and we're brothers, and we carry this love everywhere that we go. Yeah. We're gonna do that one more time. Here we go. We have come here. We have come here to love one another. We have come here to let our love grow. We are family, we're sisters and we're brothers, and we carry this love everywhere that we go. We carry this love. Yeah. We carry this love, yeah. We carry this love. Give it to me. We carry this love everywhere that we go. Yeah. We have come here to love one another. We have come here to let our love grow. We are family, we're sisters and we're brothers, and we carry this love everywhere that we go. We carry this love. We carry this love. We carry this love. We carry this love everywhere that we go. This next one we'll do a cappella. We have come here to love one another. We have come here to let our love grow. We are family, we're sisters and we're brothers, and we carry this love everywhere that we go. Yeah. Wow, you guys sound great.
Oh, wow, wow, wow. All right, while you're on your feet, please turn to one another and offer the Namaste greeting. Namaste, Travis. You're wonderful. Namaste to our tech team in the back there, Brian and Kevin and Jesus. Namaste to our love streamers. We thank God for you. I'm so grateful. So grateful. And as you take your seat, namaste to you as well. As you take your seat, please take a moment to also silence your cell phones or whatever devices you have that make noise, your spouse. Haha, just kidding. I don't know, it never gets old. Or does it? It kind of does. Okay, fine. Hello, everyone. I'm Reverend Elizabeth Rowley Hogue, and I'm the spiritual leader here. I use she, her gender pronouns, and the land upon which we gather is the unceded territory of the Chumash and Salinan people. It is my joy to welcome you to the Awakening Ways Center for Spiritual Living, where all that we ask is that you remain open to the possibility of changing your entire life by changing your mind. This service has been designed especially for you. Welcome home. We have been waiting for you. And our reason for existence, my friends, we exist to raise the vibe, and we envision a joyful, happy world. I just had a moment of remembering being in Bali as you swatted that fly, Rory. Bugs, everywhere bugs. All right, my friends, we have an affirmation for today, and I invite you to please repeat after me. I am tuned in to the divine intelligence within me. I am tuned in to the divine intelligence within me. And so it is. All right, and our practitioner for the day is Reverend Susan, and as she makes her way up, yeah, give her some love. Go ahead. As she makes her way up, yeah, come on over. I wanted to call your attention to the salmon-colored sheet in your program. I didn't have one in mine here, but that's a prayer request form. And friends, if there is something that is weighing heavy on, thank you for holding them up. Yes, Jody and Joy and Julie. Oh, 3 J's. All right, so if there's something that is weighing heavy on your heart for which you would like prayer for, or maybe there's something you're looking to manifest in your life, whatever it is, I invite you to fill out the prayer request form. We are a community who loves to pray. This is our service to you, and we have a team, there's 9 of us, who will take your prayer request and pray over it for the next week. Now, you can fill out your prayer request and place it in the offering basket when it comes around, or you can place it over in the prayer box to my left here on the side. And there's also some extra forms in there if you feel called to have additional prayer requests. You can have more than one. There's no limit to the good which is yours in the form of prayer. Now, also, we have a retired practitioner here in the front row, and this is Kristen Barnhart. And while she's retired, she really loves holding the high watch for us, so she's still on that rotation, and that means that she is in meditation, holding space for the service. She's perfectly okay. And if you come up with something you need prayer for during the week, feel free to email us at info@awakeningways.org with the subject line of prayer request, and that will get forwarded to our prayer team. And lastly, Reverend Susan is going to be available in the foyer after the service for 1-minute miracles. That means you're going to say what you would like prayer for, and she's going to perform a miracle. Right, Susan? No pressure. All right, and so now Reverend Susan is going to offer us the Science of Mind reading for today and our opening prayer. Thank you.
Good morning, beloveds. So our book of the year is 365 Science of Mind prayers and affirmations from Ernest Holmes. And so today, the 19th, I'm going to read you a little bit of the reading here today. It is only as I let go of the lesser that I can take hold of the greater. Only as I drop confusion that I can entertain peace. Only as I transcend doubt and fear that I can be lifted up to the hilltops of the inner life. I identify myself with the greatness of spirit and breathe in its almighty power. I allow my consciousness to rise to a broader and fuller realization of that divine presence that is always delivering itself to me. And so if you're comfortable closing your eyes, just take a moment. Let's take a couple of deep breaths. Let's breathe in and out. Another breath in and out. We are literally breathing in the presence of God because there is only one thing. There's only one creator. And everything that it creates is itself. And that means that I am that. And that means that every person here is that. We are all God in form. And I know that all of the qualities of the divine live in each and every one of us. Perfect wholeness and health. Perfect peace, perfect love, perfect joy. All of the qualities of God are ours to enjoy and to experience and to express. And so I know that we are all here by divine appointment, that the divine brought us here today, and that there is something wonderful for us in this day. I know already that Reverend Elizabeth's talk is divinely guided. It is a divine download, and so we can just know that as we let it into our bodies and let it resonate within our cells of our body. And I know already that Travis's music just is divine. It just lifts us up, and it stays with us for the whole week. It is just so beautiful. I just know that everything about this day is perfect, from the sparkle on the lake to every beautiful soul that is in this building. And so I know that because everything is in divine order, I can just let this prayer go. I have planted it into that divine soil, and it is already bearing fruit. And so I can just release and let it go, and together we say, and so it is.
All right, beloveds. This next song is called Activate, and this came through this year. It's one of my favorite songs. And if you wouldn't mind, please rise while we do this song, and feel free to sing along with me. Your part is really easy. It's activate, activate, activate our love. Activate, activate, activate our love. And if you're fancy, if you want to growl with me, there's a growly part. You'll know where it is when it comes in. All right, here we go. Let's start this off. 2, 3, 4. Activate, activate, activate our love. Activate, activate, activate our love. Yeah, that's the growl part. Activate our love, oh yeah. Activate our joy, we're blessed. Activate our peace divine. Activate all the time. Here we go. Activate, activate, activate our love. Activate, activate, activate our love. Revy tunes to spirit song guides us where our hearts belong. Love and peace, she sets them free. Activate the light in me. Here we go. Activate, activate, activate our love. Activate, activate, activate our love. Change your thinking, change your life. Plant the seeds of love and light. Hearing the music in my mind. In God's great rhythm, peace I find. All together now, activate, activate, activate our love. Activate, activate, activate our love. One more time. Activate, activate, activate our love. Big finish. Activate, activate, activate our love. Activate. You guys sound great. Thank you.
Woo! Wow. Amazing. Thank you, Travis Hogue. We love you. Well, that's better than coffee, yes? I'm activated. My love is activated, and I love you. So now I'm going to invite you to join me in getting grounded together with a mindfulness-based exercise to calm the mind and bring our awareness to this present moment. And so I invite you to just turn within and keep your eyes open, though, because I'm going to invite you now to identify 5 things that you can see around you. You can name them in your mind or softly out loud. And now, notice 4 things that you can touch. 4 things that you can touch. And then identify 3 things that you can hear. And now 2 things that you can smell. And focus on 1 thing you can taste, if applicable. Beautiful. Wow. Here we are together. And so I want to offer a reading from the Science of Mind textbook. This is from page 585, and it's about divine mind. It's actually the, excuse me, it's actually the definition in the glossary of the Science of Mind textbook for divine mind. Ernest Holmes said that there is no such thing as your mind, my mind, his mind, her mind, or God's mind. There is just mind in which we all live and move and have our being. We think of conscious mind and spirit as one and the same. That which we call our subjective mind is in reality our identity in infinite mind, our center in the universal subjective mind. Divine mind is the one mind. The spirit within us is the divine mind. Now, mortal mind and carnal mind are terms that are used to describe that mind which gathers its information solely through the physical senses. The divine mind is the real mind. Now, this is the definition of divine mind in the Science of Mind textbook. Now, I want to unpack that a little bit because that is a lot of words, isn't it? Yeah, a lot of words. And so the first piece, there is no such thing as your mind, my mind, their mind, God's mind, just one mind in which we all live and move and have our being. So in this first line, Holmes asserts that there's actually no separation between the individual mind or between human consciousness and divine consciousness, except in our thinking, you know. Instead, there is one universal mind, capital M, that encompasses all existence. And so when we look at the Science of Mind textbook or hear talk about the science of mind, it isn't the science of brain or my individual mind. This is the science of God. So mind is synonymous with God. So the capital M, science of mind, all right? Now, friends, in a world that has often been divided by differences in race, politics, beliefs, this teaching reminds us that at the deepest level, we are all part of that same divine consciousness. We're of the same stuff. We're made of it. We can't help it. We couldn't help it if we tried, you know? And so whenever we feel separate from others, we forget that we're all sharing this divine mind. And so what would it be like for us to treat each other if we truly believed that we're all connected in God's love? We can do our work to see beyond the differences to come to a place of unity and compassion and that shared divinity, yes? Yes, thank you, Frank. And so the second piece is we think of conscious mind and spirit as one and the same. That which we call our subjective mind is in reality our identity in infinite mind, our center in the universal subjective mind. Now here, Ernest Holmes is equating the conscious mind, our awareness, our thoughts and intentions with spirit, suggesting that our true essence is spiritual. Our true essence is spiritual, not material, even though it seems like it's material, yes? The subjective mind then refers to the deeper subconscious layer of thought that actually shapes our experiences. And that's where the whole idea of what you think about, you bring about. So Holmes sees that as our connection to the infinite mind of God. Now, in New Thought, the subjective mind is like the creative medium that responds to our conscious beliefs, manifesting them in our lives, yes? And so Holmes is saying also we experience our personal mind. What we experience as our personal mind is actually an individualized expression of the universal mind, and our true identity is rooted in this infinite source. That's awesome. That means that your creative ideas, if we can each get present to this concept, this reality that when I have a creative idea, an inspiration, a desire, an internal nudge, it's the divine mind whispering, a nudging from the inside, tapping from the inside, you know? Go here, do this, call this person, say this. All of that, right? Always divine mind. And so the call for us is to recognize our divine potential. Our thoughts are powerful, my friends, because they are connected to the infinite mind of God. And when you align your conscious mind, your thoughts and beliefs with love, faith, and truth, you tap into the creative power of the divine. Now, I want to be really clear here, because that doesn't mean that we are spiritual doormats. This is not saying that that other people can treat you in a horrible, awful, very bad way, and you accept it. No, that's not what that's saying. That's more like, we'll love you from a distance, right? Are you with me? It's not to say, well, I can get away with this, this, and this, and everybody's going to just love me anyway. Well, we love you, but we can love you from afar. Are you with me? All right, so we can encourage practices like prayer, meditation, affirmations, and all of that to align our conscious mind with the mind of the divine, because sometimes our conscious mind gets caught up in this divisiveness or separation, yes? And so the constant practice for us, at least for me, is to get into realignment. And also spiritual discernment is so important. Spiritual discernment, right? Not judging, but discerning truth and what's true. What's true about me? What is the divine mind speaking to me about and through me about? And what is mine to be and do in this situation? You with me? Okay, so divine mind, he says, is the one mind, the spirit, and within us is this divine mind. Mortal mind and carnal mind, aren't those funny terms? Susan uses the words mortal mind, and I love it because, she'll be like, oh, that's just the mortal mind, which is whenever you're thinking you're not enough or thinking less than the way that spirit would think, right? Which is that, oh yeah, you are awesome exactly as you are. Spirit made you in its image and likeness and all of that goodness. So Holmes contrasts the divine mind with the mortal mind. The divine mind being the infinite spiritual consciousness that is eternal, that is creative, that is aligned with truth. And the mortal mind, on the other hand, is the limited, ego-driven perspective that relies on sensory information to define reality. So this distinction really offers a powerful call for us to that spiritual discernment, doesn't it? In other words, every day we decide whether to live from the mortal mind, focused on fear, lack, or what our eyes see, or from the divine mind, which sees possibility, love, and God's presence in all things. So the call for us is to shift our perspective from that fear-based thinking, from worry about finances, health, or conflict, into faith-based thinking rooted in God's infinite wisdom and love. Are you with me? All right, so that is the unpacking of that definition. That's a lot, isn't it? And now I want to come back to this idea that science of mind is not the science of brain, because we can get confused sometimes about that. Mind in this context is universal, creative intelligence, or consciousness, the consciousness that connects all things. And Holmes saw this as the divine mind, or God, of which each individual's consciousness is a part. So we could never be separate from it. Just like we could never be separate from the fact that our parents got together by some divine cosmic thing, whoever the parents were, maybe even if you didn't know them, right? Something happened to create us, yes? And we cannot deny, as much as we may want to, that, we look at our hands and they are the hands of our mother and father and maybe our grandmother and grandfather and so forth, right? You can't deny it. I mean, you can pretend, but it's still a part of us, right? No matter what. And so awakening to universal intelligence, which is what this talk is about, is awakening the mind of God, awakening to the mind of God. Now, this mind, again, is individualized within each one of us, because God is not something out there, but God is in us. sometimes that can get confusing too, thinking, oh yeah, God has got this. God has got this because God is within you, and you've got this. Wow. Little shift in perspective, right? But if you believe otherwise, you will struggle to understand this. And we were born into this society where the primary belief has always been in some big daddy in the sky with a white beard making a list and checking it twice, right? We grew up thinking that. That was like our first understanding, Santa Claus, yeah? So this teaching, along with our book of the month, which is the four sacred secrets, easy for me to say. I don't know if you have taken a look at this book at all, but it's really amazing because they are saying the same thing that Ernest Holmes has been saying and that I talk about in a different way. And so if you're struggling to understand some of these concepts, the way that they speak might help anchor it a little better, a little deeper for you. And so they're both inviting us, though, to consider that there is a universal intelligence that is greater than us that we can use because it's in us. So imagine there's a big pie, right? You got a big pie. I don't care what kind of pie you imagine. What kind of pie would you love? A pizza pie? A cherry pie? Pumpkin pie, apple pie, lollyberry pie. What else is there, right? Lemon meringue pie, coconut cream. Yeah, go on and on, right? Oh, you're making me hungry. Anyway, you have this pie, right? And so you take a thin slice of the pie, okay? And this little slice of the pie is everything that you know, and you know that you know. For example, you know that you know how to walk or how to read. You know that you know your name. You know that when you look at your hands, those are your hands, that kind of thing, right? Are you with me? That little slice is everything that you know. And then we're going to take another thin slice, and this thin slice is going to be everything that you know that you don't know. Okay? Everything you know that you don't know. For example, I know that I don't know about rocket science. I don't know how to launch rockets into space, and I know that I don't know that, right? I know that I don't know how to do brain surgery. And so I'm not going to do that. And I know that I don't know how to speak Mandarin. Are you with me? So think of this. There are things everything that you know, and you know that you know. And then there's everything that you know that you don't know. Okay? Everything you know that you know, and everything that you know that you don't know in those two little slices of the big pie. Okay? Now the rest of the pie is everything that you don't know that you don't know. You don't even know that you don't know it. And guess what? Have you ever thought of that? This is infinite, my friends. There is this vast realm of possibility that we don't even know is out there. And this is the realm of divine intelligence. This is where our potential is. This is pure and limitless possibility, infinite potentiality. Now, we would do well to remember this, especially when we feel the most stuck. Remember that there is something radically new and powerful available to us that we don't know that we don't know. We just don't know. Now, human beings, what we love to do is move through the world, and it's not that we love to do it, it's just what our brains do, right? So our brains actually take in information on an unconscious level. We take in information, associate it with something, and then we act based on that, yes? And so in that action, we can interrupt it, okay? Now, what we don't know that we don't know. We want to put our attention on that when we're faced with a challenge, a condition in our lives. Maybe we're feeling divine discontent. Anyone ever felt that? maybe felt that today, right? We feel this divine discontent and we're not sure what the next step is because we don't know what we don't know. And so what we can do in those moments is turn it over to divine intelligence. This thing we call spirit, divine, God, whatever you call it, right? Turn it over to that divine intelligence and know that while I may not know, I may not have an answer, there's something within me, the divine intelligence that lives within me, that knows. I may not know how to solve this, but something within me does. And I will focus on that something within me. And sometimes it takes a minute to get to you, doesn't it? To get to me. And it reminds me of when somebody is trying to think of the name of an actor or an actress in a movie, and they just can't get it. And you know, and they know, that as soon as they let it go, it's going to come. And there's always this little joke that you say with each other. Well, call me at 3 a.m. when you remember it, or send me a text, yes? Because it's there, the knowledge is there, that wisdom is there, and it will come up. But as long as we're trying to get it and manipulate it and do something and figure it out and have the solution and make it work, it's not going to work, right? It is in that moment when we give it up and turn it over that something magnificent happens. It comes to us with beauty and grace and love, yes? That's awakening to divine intelligence. Now, I have a few stories that I want to share, and I forgot to ask for permission from the person, and I'm looking at them right now. Okay, thank you. She nodded. And so this is about divine intelligence. Now, we met a fellow traveler in Bali, and she really wanted to take Beyond Limits with us. And so what happened was she was focusing on how to have this workout. And things were showing up, right? And it seemed like, oh yeah, this is the direction to go. And then she was real excited about it. And then she got present to, no, this isn't it. And it occurred to her that that wasn't the thing. That was her spiritual discernment. So let's give her some love for the spiritual discernment first. The spiritual discernment. And the spiritual discernment was also about the potentiality of doing it online because there were some other things that needed to line up. And so not turning it over to that rest of the pie, right? There's what she knows, what she knows that she knows, what she knows that she doesn't know, but not turning it over to that infinite potentiality had her move in a particular direction that wasn't actually what she wanted to do in her heart. What she really wanted to do was be with our class and be able to join us. And so she's joining us online, bottom line, for Beyond Limits, and she's already started, and she's joining this week. And so that is the outcome. That's the result of divine intelligence. It wasn't being planned to be online, but it just that's what happened, you know? You never know until you open up and allow divine intelligence. And also it speaks to the power of saying what you want, right? Ask and it is given. Knock and the door is open. You with me? So let's give her some love. It's Julie, yeah. So cool. Now, the other piece about divine intelligence that I want to share is a story that I've shared before, and so this is for the new people and a reminder for you, which is I'm a finder of things. I find things. I find the misplaced things for myself and misplaced things for others, like Travis. He can testify. Joy and others can testify to the fact that I'm a finder of things. And I love this because have you ever seen somebody that loses their car keys? Have you ever lost your car keys or cell phone? And it's usually like when you're on your way out the door and you actually need those right now because you've got 10 minutes to get there and it's time and you're in a crunch now. And so what happens in those moments? It's frantic. You get like, and you just start opening up drawers, opening the refrigerator. Why would it be in the refrigerator? I don't know, but you have this frantic, or we get this frantic thing. I've actually seen friends and family members do this. I can't find my phone. And the phone could be right there in front of their face, but they're so focused on that frantic, they can't see it. We can't see it, which is a testament to us creating the thing that we're focused on, right? We can't see it. I can't find it. I can't find it. I can't find it. And in the drawers, Terrence, am I the only one that I've done that before too? Okay, thank you. You're doing this thing and it's like, what's going on? But the way to find something that you have misplaced is not by getting frantic, but by sitting down and being still and relaxing into the moment and letting go of the frantic thoughts and the chaos and the loss of something. Someone might say to you, nothing is lost in the universe. And I know that's annoying. But you can tell yourself, nothing is lost in the universe. There's even a fun little incantation that I heard. It's a Catholic thing, and it goes, Tony, Tony, come around. What once was lost must now be found. Are there any Catholics in the room? Right? It's a saint, right? The finder of things. And so, Tony, Tony, come around. What once was lost must now be found. That's Saint Anthony of Padua, the patron saint of lost and stolen articles. All right, so you can have that incantation, but really the call is for us to be still, relax into the moment. And I've practiced this many times, and I've even noticed that I may have, set aside the fact that I misplaced this thing, and then suddenly go into the closet and reach into the pocket of a jacket and pull the thing out that I was looking for last week, and I always go, whoa, whoa, like Travis, whoa, dude. It's like, wow, there it is. And I had to let go of that franticness and find and be able to find it. And so that's what happens. Be still and know, and let your body go to it. There is divine intelligence within us. We know. We have this wisdom within us. We know what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. But are we paying attention to it, or are we distracted by the five senses? Right? This divine intelligence is within us. And then lastly, there's the story about moving to Grover Beach. I was experiencing a lot in my life when I was living in the San Jose Bay Area, and I knew things were, it seemed like things were falling apart. Have you ever felt that? Things felt like they were falling apart, but they were really falling together. But forget that in the moment, It's like, this isn't working. There's like a whole slew of things not working in my life. And I didn't know what to do, but I was frustrated. I felt like this hamster on a wheel trying to make ends meet, and it wasn't happening. And then I was on vacation with my family in Hawaii, laying out, having a good time, relaxing by the pool, and I, for some reason, decided to check my email. That's the first mistake. But it turned out to be beautiful, because there was an email from someone at that spiritual community, and something that they said really had me get present to the fact that it was time for me to move on. It was time. It was time. And I let that one little thing be the straw that broke the camel's back, as they say. And I said, you know what? That's it. And I knew. I talked to my mom and my dad that night at dinner, and I said, I feel like I need a huge reset in my life. And my mom said, well, we have our guest bedroom in Grover Beach, and you can come and stay with us. And I said, okay. And so I did that in my 40s, right? I'm an adult woman, and I went to live with my adult parents. Yeah, you can imagine how that was. That was interesting. Yes. But it was so awesome, and it turned out to be the most magnificent thing I could have ever done. I was listening to divine intelligence. I didn't know what I was going to do, what was going to be next, what was going to happen. I just didn't know, but I knew that that was not working. And so I took that leap of faith. And I went and I reached out to Travis and said, hey, Travis, it's like I'm moving, and I didn't know if I was ever going to see him again. And we had dated back in 2010, and I was really in love with him, but the timing wasn't right for us. And so I said, hey, you want to meet for lunch? We met for lunch. And wow, we had these sparks flying, and it was like, whoa, what is happening here? And it was like, we shouldn't get involved because, I'm moving in like 2 weeks or something. And so fast forward, I moved to Grover Beach, and then we have this long distance relationship. He comes to visit, and it's like, oh, this is happening. I couldn't have planned that myself, right? I couldn't have planned that. And then he ended up moving over here, and the next thing we know, we got Mom and Jody moving over here. Yay! And then, so now we've got Travis here, and we get a place in San Luis Obispo. I go off to Irvine in 2018 to attend the CSL Spiritual Gathering, and 3 people said, hey, have you checked out the center in Templeton? One person, I said, no, it's just so far. So far. We lived in Slow. It's like, oh God, I've got to go over the grade. Right? That's really far. It's not that far. I lived in the Bay Area for like 30 years. I mean, it takes like 45 minutes to go down the street to the 7-Eleven, right? 5-minute drive usually. And so it's just funny, And then another person towards the end of the conference said, hey, have you checked out the center in Templeton? And I'm like, no, I haven't, but thank you. And then fast forward, I'm at the airport ready to leave this gathering, and it was the Burbank airport, and it's a smaller airport, and so they had everything on the display, and suddenly it disappeared, and I thought, oh no, did the flight move gates? And so I found a woman standing there charging her devices, and I struck up a conversation with her and asked her if our flight had moved gates. I was previously on my phone scrolling through Facebook, and I had seen there was this cool movie being shown. And anyway, I'm talking to this woman, and the woman, I asked her, oh, so you're going to San Luis Obispo. I mean, not many people are actually flying to San Luis Obispo, are they? And I said, what are you going to be doing in Slow? And she said, oh, I'm actually going to visit some friends in Paso Robles. And I said, oh, that's really cool. And she said, and tonight we're going, it was either that night or the next night, we're going to see this movie. Guess where? At the Central Coast Center for Spiritual Living in Templeton. And that was the third. And my entire consciousness went ding, ding, ding. Okay, God, I got it. Right? It's a divine intelligence trying to get my attention. And it gets our attention when we're paying attention. And if we're not paying attention, what happens? Spiritual 2x4s, yes? Anybody had one of those where it knocks you over and you're kind of like, whoa, I didn't need that. I didn't need that. And so anyway, so I go and they say, I'm like, okay, Spirit, I'll go, and I'll go tomorrow, that Sunday. I was on top of it, right, Travis? And so I went in, I reached out to the ministers and said, hey, I'm going to come and check it out. A bunch of people recommended you guys. And so I made that long and painful journey over the grade. Turns out it was only like 25 minutes. And it was beautiful. And they said, would you do the opening prayer? And I said, sure. So I did the opening prayer, and that's where I met BJ and Gina, who aren't here today. And And it was just cool. I was like, this place is really amazing. It was charming and I loved it. And so at the end of the service, I said, well, if you guys ever need a guest speaker, let me know. I would be happy to speak here. And they said, well, what are you doing next Sunday? I'm like, wow, this is happening real fast. I said, I'm speaking here. And so there you go. And then shortly thereafter, I was the spiritual leader there. The ministers left, and yeah. And so then, I mean, the story just keeps unfolding, right? This is all divine intelligence at work. I couldn't have planned any of this. Travis proposes to me. We get married in 2020 during COVID. Then COVID happens, and then we're coming back from COVID, and we did all the online stuff and everything, and then sorry. And then it was Shannon who contacted me randomly and said, I heard that the ministers at Awakening Ways are retiring. And I said, oh. And then Spirit nudged me again. Throw your hat in the ring. Throw your hat in the ring. And I was kind of like, what? No. But I did, and then I brought it back to the board at the time, and I said, this is what Spirit's calling me to do. And they said, well, if you get it, we're coming with you. And I'm like, okay. I cried. I was so touched by that. And so then we had some amazing donors who showed up, paid off our mortgage in that building, and I threw my hat in the ring, and I got the job, as you can see. And then later we affiliated as a Center for Spiritual Living. We sold the building. The building funds got put into another fund, and now I'm full-time here. Like, all of it, the point of that is this sequence of things that occurred as a result of my being done with something and just allowing myself to follow the spiritual breadcrumbs, to follow that divine guidance, was so powerful. I couldn't have planned it better myself. What else is possible, Spirit? It's like that was the rest of the pie. I had what I knew and what I knew that I didn't know and everything else. And focusing on that infinite potentiality and the what else is possible, which is not easy sometimes when you're in the middle of it. But if we can at least take that tiny little shift in consciousness, that tiny little change in perspective, where we know something wonderful must be happening as a result of this. It must. If I truly believe that the universe has my back and that life is happening for me, that every experience in my life is being created at some deep level by me, for me to become all that I came here to be, right? Which is letting go of what I'm not and to be all that I came here to be, then something good must be coming of this. Are you with me? We may not know what that is, and that's okay. If we can focus on that fact that something good has to be happening as a result of this, because we don't have the big picture, All that we are is God, but we are not all that God is. But all that we are is the divine, and that is beautiful. All right, my friends, and so we have a gift for you all today as well. For those of you who weren't here last week, we have some mala beads at the end of the service, and I'm going to wrap it up here by saying, there is that within us that is so powerful and so beautiful, and it is beyond what we think of ourselves. It's that power for good in the universe that is greater than we are, and it's there. It's there, but the call is to let go of our bloated nothingness and allow it to shine in our lives. Allow it to be seen, Feel that presence. I feel it. It's a palpable presence every day. I can feel it. I can sense it. I hear it in music. I see it in other people. I see it in the sunsets. I see it in the eyes of my beloved. I see it in my little Roxy, thy little Yorkie. I see it everywhere in the sunsets, the wind on my face. Or, I love getting into a car that is actually warm. Like it's been in the sun, and I get in and I can feel that warmth. It feels like the divine embrace that has me. And so it's up to us to notice this presence in all that we think, in all that we say, in all that we do, every experience. This life is a gift of the divine. It loved itself so much, it gave birth to us. So we are each the unique, unrepeatable, dynamic, magnificent way that Spirit is expressing itself. You're awesome! And I love you very much. Thank you. Thank you. And so now, let's turn our attention inward, and we're going to take a moment to go into our closing prayer. Do a little bowls to take us there. Okay. And just allow that sound to be the portal that you go through, that we all go through in this moment as we enter into prayer. And so it is in this space where I know and remember with every fiber of my being that Spirit is all that there is. It is all that there ever was, and it is all that there ever will be. And I'm so grateful in this moment to recognize this truth that lives within me. I recognize and am aware that this divine intelligence within me is me. It has birthed me into existence. It has birthed each one of us into existence. And what a beautiful gift it is to experience this life of love, this life of joy. And beauty, harmony, wholeness, perfection. And I know and claim for each one of us that as we go forward from here, we are aware of the divine intelligence all around us. We can see it in every aspect of nature. We can see divine intelligence that has birthed itself into existence in the form of trees and plants and flowers. And if you've never looked at a sunflower, look at the sacred geometry within the sunflower. It's magnificent. Divine intelligence at its finest. And I know and claim that as we go through the rest of our day and the rest of our week, we get to experience divine intelligence in every aspect of our lives. Everything we see, we can see the intelligence that created it. It's like look beyond the little thing and see into that divine intelligence, which is really to see the divine and to recognize the divine in everything. And I know and claim for each one of us that that is the experience. And it is so beautiful, and it's like a divine recognition. Spirit is saying, look at me, I'm over here. Look at me, I'm over here. And we get to acknowledge that beauty. I see you, Spirit. I see you in all your glory. And I see each one of us in all of our glory and magnificence. God is so good, and I am so grateful, and I know that we are each blessed with this magnificence in our lives. And so with great gratitude, I release my word into the loving and creative action of the law where I know it is so, and so it is. Thank you.
Sorry about that switcheroo on you, Brian. I don't know if you guys know this, but today we're celebrating a birthday. Reverend Elizabeth, can you please stand up? We're going to just sing you happy birthday real quick. Are there any other birthdays this week in the room? All right, can you please stand, David? There's a cake from Madonna Inn that we're going to be cutting up after service, but can we just sing happy birthday real quick to these two beauties? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Reverend Elizabeth and David. Happy birthday to you. All right. So you mentioned Bali. While we were in Bali, we were there touring temples. And some of these temples had a lot of steps and no railings. Right, Diane? Yeah. And Mama Jody doesn't do too well with steps, but she did every step. And this next song that I'm going to sing isn't about steps, but it is about climbing. And it's a song written by Gary Lynn Floyd. It's called One Step at a Time. And it became a mantra for me as I was watching my mom or helping my mom or watching the others help my mom to get up these steps. And I love this song. This is Gary Lynn Floyd and Amy Bishop. Gonna climb this mountain, won't stop till I get to the top, one step at a time. No doubt about it, won't stop till I get to the top, one step at a time. Gonna climb this mountain, won't stop till I get to the top, one step at a time. No doubt about it, won't stop till I get to the top, one step at a time. Leave behind what's weighing me down, wash away what's holding me back. My heart is falling, face forward, feet on the ground, living in this courage I found. The sky is calling. If you have the lyrics, you can sing along with me. Gonna climb this mountain, won't stop till I get to the top, one step at a time. No doubt about it, won't stop till I get to the top, one step at a time. Leave behind what's weighing me down, wash away what's holding me back. My heart is falling, face forward, feet on the ground, living in this courage I found. The sky is calling. Gonna climb this mountain. Gonna climb this mountain, won't stop till I get to the top, one step at a time. No doubt about it. Won't stop till they get to the top. One step at a time. Leave behind what's weighing me down. Wash away what's holding me back. My heart is falling. Face forward, feet on the ground. Living in this courage I found. The sky is calling. Gonna climb this mountain. Won't stop till I get to the top. One step at a time. No doubt about it. Won't stop to get to the top. One step at a time. Big finish. One step at a time. 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 Thank you.
Beautiful. All right. Thank you so much. It's now time for our conscious giving. Will our ushers please come forward? And we have, how are we going to do this reverse offering? You want to give out some mala beads also, Tom and Jen, to folks who maybe didn't get them? So I am going to talk more about the mala beads next week. They have such a lovely smell. These are sandalwood. Yeah, here, let me give you a couple more. And so we have these for you as a gift for you. If you did not get one last week, please, or if you need one for a friend, please take another one. You're welcome to do so. All right, come on over. Can we give these two some love, our volunteers for today, Jen and Tom? Yeah. And so we also, the announcement angel, Kat, is going to talk a little bit about this, but we have a birthday fundraiser going for me right now. And I have, Travis and I have kicked up our donation for the month. And yeah, so we've got a big one that we're giving for this birthday fundraiser. And yeah, take it now. And so I'm just inviting you to consider giving a little bit extra for our fundraiser, or you can give on Facebook also. Now, we do have a giving affirmation. If this service has inspired you in any way, or, you know, if Awakening Ways and what we're up to inspires you, I invite you to please consider making a donation to our community. It supports us in many ways. And now we have a giving affirmation. I invite you to please repeat after me. From the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift.
From the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift.
I send it forth to heal and bless and prosper.
I send it forth to heal and bless and prosper.
It is evidence of my faith and my belief.
It is evidence of my faith and my belief.
It does great work in the world.
It does great work in the world.
And returns to me multiplied abundantly.
And returns to me multiplied abundantly.
And so it is.
And so it is. God is my source. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Let's hear it! God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. Give it to me! Now I give thanks. God in that time. Yeah! God gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need.
This is what fresh batteries sound like. Woo! All right, so let's just take one more moment to go within. Ah, I give thanks for the energy of the divine that is showing up as financial abundance for this spiritual community. Because I know that that energy of love and abundance is what allows this place to be the magnificent place that it is. And it allows the opportunity for people to come here and awaken from the illusion of separation to the truth of their oneness with all of life. And what a gift that is. So I give thanks for these gifts that are given from the mortal self through the divine mind, and I know that it just brings joy and love and goodness to all. So with that, I release this prayer into that law, knowing it is so, and so it is.
And so it is. All right, thank you so much, Reverend Susan. Let's give her some more love. Yeah, woo! All right, my friends. And now our announcements angel for today is Kat Alisi. Let's give Kat some love as she makes her way up here. Woohoo!
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Kat. So we had our first class of Beyond Limits, and it was amazing. There is still room to be a part of this transformative 8-week course that introduces the foundational principles of the science of mind. See Reverend Elizabeth after the service to enroll today, and she will get you caught up before class 2. Next week, Reverend Elizabeth will also be holding 2 sessions of Resonant Blessings, a quantum sound healing journey. You deserve to relax and enjoy the healing of crystal bowls. Reverend Elizabeth gave us a little taste of the sound bowls at the beginning of the service with just 3 of her bowls. Imagine what it would be like with 11 bowls and other instruments. 2, give yourself this gift of peace and relaxation. Suggested love offering, $25, and no one will be turned away. All are welcome. The first one is next Tuesday, October 21st at 6 p.m., and the second session will be this Wednesday, October 22nd at 2 p.m. Both are going to be held at our center on El Camino Real. Please sign up in the back so you know how many to plan for. Remember to bring a yoga mat, pillows, and whatever you need to be comfortable. Reverend Elizabeth's birthday is next week, and today we have cake. As is her annual tradition, Reverend Elizabeth has created a birthday fundraiser to benefit Awakening Ways with the goal of raising $1,000. You can donate through the Facebook fundraiser link or by check, cash, or PayPal. Just be sure to designate your donation as a birthday gift. 4, we are providing a meal at Echo this next week on Thursday the 23rd. We still need salad and cupcakes. See Julie or sign up at the info table. The Hearts and Hands team is happy to bring your donations to Atascadero Loaves and Fishes. We have a handout table at the info table with a list of the most needed items. Please pick up one and bring it the next time you go grocery shopping. We hope that the Purple Page has been helpful to you all, so please take it home with you and also visit the information tables to learn more about all of our events. There was an update to the date of the Divine Sparkles Wisdom Circle, this being held on Sunday, October 26th after service, not October 19th, as was printed on some of the Purple Pages. Please be sure to sign up for the weekly email so you can be in the know. We recycle and reuse our programs, so please return them to the basket in the back table in the corner. And last but not least, please join me in giving a big shout out to all the volunteers and staff who make this service possible. Have a great week, everyone.
Thank you, Kat. Woohoo! All right, my friends, now it's time for us to circle up for our benediction and call and response. I don't know, did we mention that we have Science of Mind magazines and our book of the month available? Okay, we do. Whoops. Hi. Whoa. Hey. Okay, my friends, won't you know with me that you are never alone, that God is where you are right now and always, and all that we ever need do is turn within, and it is here we will find we are guided, sustained, directed, and inspired by a source that knows only good. Joyously let us make use of these gifts in all that we think, in all that we say, and in all that we do. Please repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening as me right now. Something wonderful is happening as me right now. It is this thing called life. It is this thing called life. Life is in my mind. Life is in my mind. Life is in my body. Life is in my body. Life is in my pocketbook. Life is in my relationships. Life is everywhere. I think it. I feel it. I believe it. I express it. I accept it. Just the way that it is. And just the way that it is not. Thank you, life. Woo!
Is good morning, I release and I let go. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release, and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. Yeah, there we go.
Now we're done.
Have a great week, everybody.
I'm so glad that was more than I thought it would be. Just so awesome.
Record.